It's Mario Lloyd, also known as Real Estate Guru PK, with the Realist Podcast. On the Realist Podcast, we talk about how to make a dollar, how to keep a dollar, and we touch on hot topics. We're launching my Patreon with my whole real estate portfolio, and you're also going to get the podcast before it goes out on all the platforms. You can find me on Instagram at Real Estate Guru PK. You can find me on YouTube at Real Estate Guru PK. And you can find my podcast on Instagram, The Realist Podcast. All right, we got a special guest. I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Myla. They call me My Love 2004 on Instagram. You can follow me or on TikTok, Facebook, My Hall. I basically take any entrepreneur hobby and turn it into profit. Bulletproof Entrepreneur, go ahead and follow us.
Cool. Okay, so you're originally from Ohio.
Yeah.
How was that growing up? It's like real cold.
Y'all
always on the first 48. Y'all was always on the first 48. Thinking about it. Cincinnati stayed on the first 48.
But Memphis did too.
It was like, y'all two, Dallas, and then it was like, Cincinnati was like horrible, man.
So, Ohio and Dayton itself, Toledo, Detroit, I don't remember motor cities. Them all came from factories. So when all that type of stuff started shutting down, then it breeded poverty.
So it was like Detroit.
Yeah, our grandparents and stuff are all union and General Motor workers. And we had the big houses, and it was actually somewhere to move. Like our grandparents came from the South to the North to get those jobs. And then as that started going away, and of course the crack epidemic, then that's where the other stuff came out. But is kind of spoiled. Like Dayton is a city that it had everything. And when that stuff left, it kind of, screwed us over.
Where y'all originally from?
My grandfather, he from Pembroke, Kentucky. And my grandmother, I think she from Philadelphia or somewhere. I don't know a lot about her. Her mother was the only child, and then she had like 10 kids to give herself an abundance.
So she had 10 kids?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So your mom is one of the 10 kids?
My grandmother.
Your grandmother?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So when my grandmother met my grandfather, then they had the 4 kids, which is my mom and her 2 sisters and a brother.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Ohio, it got all 4 seasons. Like I said, we come from factory and we come from hustle. So you can put us anywhere and we're going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like really cold over there.
Not really cold. You act like I'm in Antarctica. I'm going back in Friday.
Do y'all pipes bust?
Nah, we not. We made for cold, so it don't. Nobody's calling you. Like I had a landlord call me and say, "Can you wrap up his pipes?" I said, "You better get over here and do that because."
He asked you for you to wrap up his pipes.
I said, "You better get over here and take care of your house." Jorge.
What'd he say?
He was like, "Just put a towel around it," as I said. And how many weeks ago did my pipes end up busting?
For real? Was it galvanized or was it you know the difference? Or PVC?
Do you know?
Galvanized is like the metal, and then galvanized, and PVC is like the white plastic. And then the new thing is like PEX. It's like PEX. And then it's like a...
I told him he better get over here and take care of his house.
So they busted?
Yeah.
Wow.
Outside, though, so it didn't mess up the inside of the house. Yeah.
So that was easy.
Yeah, he did. He said he was happy that...
It was just that?
Outside, yeah.
Okay. That's easy. They just get the little... I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that don't happen in Dayton. I mean, it does, like if your water is cut off for a long time or, you don't... If it get like super cold, you got to turn on the water a little bit and let it drip, but that don't really happen because it's made for the 4 seasons. We actually experience summer, fall, spring, and winter. So we it's not like super cold. It get hot too.
It get hot too.
Yeah, but October it get cold. October to all the way to probably March, early April. My sister said she came to visit. She from Atlanta. She said that it was snowing on Easter, and that was a culture shock to her, so she had to go back to Atlanta.
Go back to Atlanta? Mm-hmm. You talking about in Cincinnati or Dayton?
Yeah.
Dayton?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why she don't come to Houston?
She right here.
Oh, she... Okay. That's the city you're referring to?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. But she was saying, like, back in the day, because some of my childhood was in Atlanta, too. So my mother moved to Atlanta when maybe in 91. So I was probably about 4 or something like that till about 98. And she got married and her husband died. So I had a childhood there too. And then I would go back and forth every summer because I got my extended family and all that kind of stuff. So, you know.
How's it like in Atlanta versus Dayton?
Atlanta's Wakanda. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. So you liked it?
I liked Atlanta. Yeah, it's Wakanda. Not that time though. I think I was supposed to be removed. It was a lot of, you gotta think it's 91. So I don't feel like I was in a safe place. You know. And then the people that I was around, they could only use the resources that they had. So a lot of drug selling, a lot of running to cars, a whole bunch of stuff, a lot of strippers, it wasn't really a good place for a kid. So I'm happy that I did get removed. And I mean, I can appreciate it. I like Atlanta.
You feel like you grew up too fast?
Yeah, I definitely do. I'm the only child from my mother. So that makes me probably her friend. And then she had some kind of something where she was told that she wasn't going to live. So I think some stuff she let me do early on so she could see it through because she thought she wasn't going to live. And however, she's still here.
That sucks.
Yeah, so a little bit. I've seen a lot of stuff that I wasn't supposed to see, but I think it also shaped me. So I don't know. What is too fast?
So
what do you think is too fast?
What do you mean specifically?
You asked me, like, what would you think is too fast?
Growing up too fast?
Yeah.
I feel like you should, like, you're not an adult till you're 18, so I feel like you shouldn't be doing adult activities till you're 18. Like,
what about if you're seeing it? So I don't think I never did drugs. I had sex substantially at a decent age, 14, 15. So, I mean, that was probably around the time that's what was happening around that time. So, I just seen a lot of stuff that I don't think I should have seen. But also, I don't know now looking back, like, does it help make your character, like, shape you as a character?
I guess you could say that because then you start dating faster than what I guess normal teens would.
When did they start dating?
When I started dating?
Yeah.
I didn't start dating until I was like 19, like 19, 20.
Ain't no way.
I promise.
How tall are you?
6'3". I'm 6'3".
So what was you doing, like telling the girls back? Because I mean, just naturally, you know.
I was just, me and my friend, we was just going to the movies, you know, and probably going to team parties. But my parents were like very religious. Well, they are very religious. And I was really God-fearing. So I was scared to sin against God. Like, I didn't want to have sex at all.
Okay.
So whatever you want to take with that. I ain't do anything.
I just wanted to know how it worked, you know, because sometimes when certain stuff, it's not always on us, it's in us. So when you think of authority, and I'm coming from a woman's standpoint, like, you already have certain attractions about you that the girls are already going to gravitate to. Yeah. So I'm just asking you.
I was also scared about getting STDs. I was scared of getting women pregnant. I was scared about all that. I was like scared straight. So I wasn't even trying to go there. I wasn't even trying to test anything. Like, I was good. And then, like, I was kind of a late bloomer too. I went to like a real hood high school, and like all the attractive.
You went to what?
Like a real hood high school.
Okay.
So all the really attractive girls that I was attracted to, they was either dating the football players or was dating like the gangsters or the drug dealers. So
what is a gangster?
Like down here, like they'll wear like grills, or they'll wear like, or they'll probably carry a gun to school. Or they're selling drugs already.
Okay.
I mean, that's the girls that they would go for.
Yeah, but you were attracted to them. Why do you think you was attracted to them? Them type of girls.
Why you think I was?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like the pretty girls. Like they was messing with like the athletes. I made a team, but for whatever reason I didn't play.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about me like the whole time. So
I'm just asking.
Yeah, so I couldn't. Yeah, like it was like a lot of 6s and 7s that was attracted to me, and I wasn't interested at all.
Okay. Cool. I just wonder.
So yeah, I was good.
So yeah, I had a decent life, but like I said, I did see a lot of stuff. That's what I would say. I don't feel like my childhood was completely robbed from me, but there were some things that, it wasn't all peaches and cream. It was a little, but I feel like it shaped me.
And then, so you had a baby at a young age?
Yep. 18.
18.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like you was ready, or you wasn't ready?
Let me think. I wasn't ready. It's not like the person said, "Hey, you want to get married and figure this out." So no, I think I was just finding my way and trying to figure out how to, I guess, love myself. And then the reason why I had the baby, because I felt like the baby would unconditionally love me. So it wasn't like I was head over heels over the guy or anything. And to roll it back, my father wasn't in my life, so I could have been looking for my father. I'm not really sure, but
if he would have proposed to you, would have you say yes?
Probably at 18, yeah. But I probably would have had then screwed up both of our lives, because I would have realized that we didn't want the same thing. And sometimes people, you think when you love somebody or you go with them, they be like, sometimes I think women say they want what they want, and they don't, and it's a fairy tale. So they don't really think of the end part. And then until the fairy tale doesn't come true, and then they be like, oh shit, yeah, I don't want this. And then that person always showed you exactly who they were. And I was just talking about this, like, guys see us right who we are. Like, if you're 300 pounds, you're 300 pounds. We see the 300-pound man,
the potential,
and say, man, if he lost 150, I'll go, I'm going to go with him and I'm going to help him lose 150. And then we start doing these projects instead of seeing exactly like what they see. But I think for them, it's like us having grace, but it don't really pan out because we kind of end up being like psychopaths or something. Yeah.
Well, why you feel it's like that? Why do women do that?
Fairy tale. We like fairy tales. We want the princess. We want to be a princess and dragon. Men, I feel like, I'm not a man, but I feel like they like acts of service. So we try to service them, and then we try to live out our fairy tale. Like hoping that, I'm going to be his princess or queen or whatever. I think it's the fairy tale. And then she finally realizes that this person has been showing you exactly who they are the whole time. And then it's over. You complain and say, can you change? And you don't understand that you don't change anybody. You can kind of have boundaries, but you can't change anybody. You can just say, hey, I don't deal with that, or what can we do to work this out? But trying to change somebody, that don't work.
Are you done with trying to change, like, the man that you're dating or talking to?
I don't never try to change people. It's been a long time since I'm sure I've done it before, but it's been a long time. I accept people for exactly who they are and whatever they show me. And if it don't resonate with me, I don't ask you to change. I don't like that, and then I'm probably out. So most guys say I'm not a fighter, and I think I scare people because I don't fight for the relationship.
Oh, so you just let it die?
I guess that's what you call it. So would you fight for something? Like, if I'm showing you, if you say, hey, I like this, or these are the things I want, and I'm not doing it, would you fight for that? Or would you just be like, man, she doesn't have it, and it's 8
It depends.
billion people out there.
If we're married and we got kids,
we wouldn't. First of all, before you get married, you got to date. And I think that's what people are not doing. They're not dating to say, okay, I can see a life with a person. So if I'm dating you and then I see that you don't want to
Get married.
no, you don't have like if you come in the house at 4 a.m. every morning and you don't and I'm like, dang, I'm kind of lonely here or this and that or can we talk or and you like, man, I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy and you just I just don't think that you can try to change somebody. Like either you either accept them or you say, hey, this don't work for me. Maybe the person ain't a bad person, it just don't fit your life.
So at that point, do you kick them out or you ask them to leave? Like, what
I
happens?
don't know.
No, I thought that was like a real situation.
I haven't lived with anybody since I've been about 23. So I don't
You don't know.
know about how to kick the person out. And I don't think I would just kick somebody out, but
You seem like the type though, I'm not gonna lie. Like
did I kick you out?
that you'll kick. Yes.
Wow. I'm probably more the type that I'll be finding me a place.
Oh, okay. So you're just gonna slowly pack up and just leave, basically. I'm asking.
Yeah, if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna slowly pack up and leave. I don't never try to do anybody wrong, and I try to leave people better than I found them.
So you're not argumentative at all. That's what you're saying.
I'm boisterous.
Are you boisterous?
Yeah, I'm boisterous.
So you're gonna say what you want and what you don't want and what you like and what you do like.
I'm definitely gonna tell a person what I like, what I don't like. I think sometimes that's what a lot of people's issues is too, is communication. Most people want you to get in their head and pull it apart. Me, hey, I need a hug. And that might make people like, I never heard of that, but I know what's going on with me. I need a hug, or maybe I'm having a bad day and I just want to talk. So I'm able to voice that. Or if I have some concerns, I know you got a busy life. So maybe on Wednesdays, can we unpack this? And if you allow me to get those thoughts out then I'm okay with it. It don't have to be no ongoing thing, but just let me unpack what's happening in my head.
So how you start that? Like we need to talk. You don't like the we need to talk text.
We need to talk text. I know.
I know as men we don't want that text. So like I'm pretty sure he dreading that conversation. But if you talking the way you're talking to me, I'm pretty sure it went okay.
I try not to text that type of stuff, but only time you got to text that type of stuff is when someone can't properly communicate. So if you can't properly communicate and you got to get out what you need to say, then next thing you know, it's leading to text. And text is based off of like the reader. And then if I send you a 2-day paragraph, are you going to even really read it? No. Even though I might have got it off my chest.
I'm not a big reader. I'm probably not. I might skim through it and then I'm not going to read the whole thing.
Yeah. So, but I think only when texts come is because the parties aren't properly communicating.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be, hey, I just want to hang out. I want to see you. And I think sometimes even women don't know how to say that. Like, what is my real problem? Is my real problem that all the women was in his face, or I just want to hang out with the person? And it's about finding that feeling. Like, what am I really feeling? So are we arguing about just some shade I said and being sarcastic? And, I go searching for my feeling. Like, what am I really feeling? Even with my kids, like, if I'm disciplining them and hollering and stuff, I have to sit down and search the feeling that I'm feeling. And try to,
So how to properly unpack the situation?
Yeah. Because I can remember one time hollering at my son every day his senior year. And I seen him avoiding me like a boyfriend. He wouldn't come to the kitchen when I was out there. And I was like, oh, this is bad. So I searched the feeling and I'm like, what is wrong? And I'm like, man, what's wrong is he got hit with COVID. So his growth was stunted. And I'm thinking, I don't know if my kid is going to be able to make it in this world. So I'm like, I need to know your plan. Why didn't you write? I told you to write down your goals and what are we going to do when you graduate? Like, and he just was kind of like, just let me get through this month. And it wasn't working for me. So but I was scared. I'm like, I don't know if he's going to be able to make it. And what I do know is no man, even the kid, want to really listen to their mama. right? Like, oh man, she just yamp, yamp, yamp. And I'm like, I'm losing them.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing all that hollering and I had to stop. Like, okay, this is what's my real problem. I'm afraid you ain't gonna be able to make it in the world.
My dad, I think my dad felt like that. I don't think he knew how to properly convey his feelings towards me growing up. Is his dad in his life?
Yeah. But we moved here.
Okay.
So it was just me, him, and my daughter. So yeah.
I mean, you could talk to him on the phone. I will say that it does resonate better speaking with your father than your mom.
Yeah.
Like your mom is just like, it kind of goes in one ear out the other. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like no disrespect.
No, I know, that's why I said. So even from the man or the son, I know that at some point, like even when I have men that can't communicate, I'm not gonna hold you. I be thinking this started with your raggedy ass mama. I really do think that. So, I try to give him all the gems, like, because you ain't on, after you get from underneath my authority, you ain't trying to listen to nobody else.
Yeah.
And I know that. So let me kind of, like, some days he'll be like, I don't know what she want. I'm like, she just wants you to call her. He's like, that's not going to happen. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just telling you because I'm a woman. I know that being in that age range, even though she's saying, don't call me, that's what she wanted. But it's not for you to have to unravel that. That person got to deal with their feelings too.
Why y'all do that though?
Because you don't know what you feeling.
Oh.
So if you don't know what you feeling, like I'm feeling ignored by you, and I miss you. So
why can't you just say I miss you? Cause like when I was that age, you like don't call me. I'm like, all right.
That's how he is.
Yeah.
That is, that's a good question. But I think at that time, a person don't want to feel like, a lot of people don't want to seem like I feel a way, and what if that person don't feel that way? So they don't want to be vulnerable. So they go into the fight or flight thing, and they create a whole bunch of friction that it really is that. And even if you are vulnerable and that person don't feel that way, then you can get out of the situation way quicker. But most people don't want to do that because of the rejection. Like like the story I was telling you earlier, like if I wouldn't have told that man whatever I told him, then what if the rejection came?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people don't. That's why I think it's the insanity about women. Like they feel a certain way and they want certain things, and they go through all measures to get those things, and then they be like, man, that's not how I wanted it. Why did you take it? But she was fearing for rejection.
Are you usually that honest with men, like how you was with the guy you was talking about earlier?
What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean?
Like when he was trying to talk to you, you was just like, all right, you was like, what do you do for a living? Like,
what else you got to offer?
Yeah, basically.
But so when we actually talk later, I kind of balanced myself out. When he told me, just so the feedback as we became friends, he was like, it's other girls are easy. Sometimes you require more.
Mm-hmm.
And when you...
Hold on, what girls are easy?
I guess the other girls that he was dating.
Oh, okay.
It's like a lot of other girls are easier and you require more. Most people want $400 or $500 on their rent, maybe a cute little steak dinner, and then you like, hey, what's your goals?
Mm-hmm.
And
he was making crazy money at this time, so he
wasn't making any money at that time.
Oh, at that time he wasn't.
No.
Oh, okay. So because he just got out.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he wasn't making any money, but I think core, I really care about people.
Mm-hmm.
And I care about your well-being, and I care about your spirituality. I just care about people.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it doesn't matter if we gonna make it or not. I'm okay with it because I'm like, oh, well, that wasn't the right thing.
So you was trying to get his plan together, basically.
I was being a friend.
Mm.
Like, what are you gonna do with your life? Like, you just want to have sex and argue?
Mm-hmm.
So.
That's exactly what he wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, but that's toxic. And I think a lot of people are in toxic situations over and over again like that. And they want more, and they look at people and be like, man, I wish I had a guy before that told me, I wish my woman was like you. And I was like, no, you don't. You don't. You just like certain qualities about me. You don't. She way easier. You don't wish that.
What did he say?
He denied it then, but later on he said, yeah.
Yeah.
He definitely said, yeah. I met him at a bar and he was telling me how his family was using his money and stuff. And I was like, yeah, that can't happen. And he was like, what you mean? I was like, you paying everybody's bills and stuff? I said, yeah, if we was together, like, you're taking out of our mouth. And he was like, ain't no girl gonna ever tell me what to do with my money. I said, I mean, if it's your mom and she's old and you gotta take care of her, that's one thing. But paying a cousin's rent and different people light bill because you feel good out of the ego doesn't make sense to me.
What does he do for a living?
That guy, I think he was into trucking.
Oh.
And I mean, he might have been in the streets too.
Yeah, because I was like, if he was a basketball player or football player, I think it'll be okay. They make a lot of money.
Yeah.
But not if he's just a regular dude.
Yeah. I don't know. I think sometimes people
do too much.
Yeah, I think sometimes they just they live out of their ego.
That's what Freeway Rick Ross said. He said when he was, you know who that is?
Yeah, the guy from Cali.
Yeah. He said people was always asking him for money. He said like it just felt good because he always had it.
You able to do it.
And be able to do it. And they would tell him their problems and he's just he's like the man.
I'm God. I'm solving the problem.
Yeah, basically he's solving all these problems and he did his bid. He came back out. He's just a regular person. And he's just like, damn, you know?
Yeah, you do people a disjust. If you don't put people in a position, like if you're doing podcasting or real estate, won't you much rather show a younger person or somebody in the family how to get this started than being able to just give them $50 and then actually 6 months from now they actually tell you never done nothing for them anyways.
I mean, that's probably gonna happen no matter what.
So why not help put them in position instead of the other part is ego, you know? And it's not wrong with giving anybody $20 or $50, but you know, what I realize is you have to do that and want to do it because you can feed the world today and tomorrow they'll forget and say you never done nothing for them and they feel entitled, you know? So I just think about that. I even think about that in even my dating life. Like somebody asked me about adding value. Like, what do you look for men? I'm like, I need a man that adds value to my life that can solve a problem. That's it.
What's your problem?
Simple. Whatever the problem is. Can you solve a problem? Well, that's adding. Like, can you add value to my life?
Like, if you had a man at the time, you would have asked him to come and roll up your pipes.
Yeah.
You would have. And what if he didn't want to?
Then you can't solve a problem. Then what?
What I need you for?
I'm just saying.
No, I feel you.
You know, I ain't even asked for my rent to be paid. So we live in a separate house. You can't come and wrap up the price unless you're busy. I get it. Like, it's not, you know, I understand people do roles and stuff, but it's not like I can't take out my trash. But if a man is there and you walking past the trash and you leaving my house, why wouldn't you want to take the trash out?
I feel that.
If I was over his house and we getting up in the morning, why wouldn't I want to make the bed up?
Cook breakfast.
You know, if it's there. Or if I see that you don't have good pots and pans when I come back and we continuously dating, I probably would pick you up a good pot set because I realize you don't know how to pick that out. You know?
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you said you had rental properties?
Yeah.
How many you got?
I have 3 now.
3 now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I had 5. Yeah, and I just sold 2 houses.
What made you get into real estate?
Me and my friend I was telling you about earlier.
Okay.
We just seen fixer-upper houses, and when I asked him that question, like, what are you gonna do with your life or stuff? I think he started trying to figure out, like, I need to create an income that if I'm making $5,000 or $10,000 a month residual, then maybe I can get out the streets or whatever that was. So I think I started opening his mind up to other stuff. And like I said, I was in healthcare. So when those houses went on sale, we just didn't want to take the money we had and just liquidate. So we started going half in on houses.
Do you feel like y'all would have made a good team? It sound like y'all made a good team. Even when it was platonic. Sound like
I think we would have made a good team. I don't think he would have made a good like
husband.
relationship with me, but a good team, a good partner. Yeah.
Were y'all ever in a relationship?
No.
No. So y'all just getting money.
Yeah. It got sometimes it crossed over. The girlfriends didn't like me. It got kind of weird. I might have helped him with his girlfriends,
For real.
like get more girls because I think that women like in packs, even though we don't like to admit it. I think we like when 3 other girls validate that guy's the guy. Then it's like, oh, okay, he's good, but I want him to pick me. Like even though we all like him, I want him to pick me out of the pack. So,
How often y'all talk?
we probably talk once a month now.
It's a month.
Yeah.
You put money on his books?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Does he still have money or they?
I don't know. So one of the houses we still own together, so I would definitely give him money from that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the call home and stuff, a little extra. So.
Okay. How much you sold the other 2 houses for?
The one I just sold in January, actually went for cheap. 38.
38.
Mm-hmm.
What you bought it for?
31.
So you made like 7.
Yeah, and I kept it for like 5 years.
So it just went up. The appreciation just went up $9,000 or $8,000.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Do
you feel like they lowballed you?
I feel like if I would have, that was as is.
Oh, if you would have fixed it up.
Yeah, I feel like if I would have fixed it up, I would have got more. But it started living in Houston and going back and forth to Ohio, and I got other projects going on. It started being a toll on me. So I'm like, if I can just get my money back out of it, and then when I sold it for 38, I got more out of it, then I'm okay with it. Give him something and go on. I'll be fine.
How much you sold the other one for?
That one sold for more. That one sold for we bought that one for 25, and that one sold for like 90.
90?
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. You had a tenant in there?
Mm-hmm.
They left the house in order.
So when we bought the house for 25, the tenant was in there. That person sold it with the tenant in it. And then when the tenant left, he actually was helping me redo the house over, but he was like, I don't know what was going on, but I went through a time where I had a what is that called? Like struggling moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was door dashing down here and everything. So when we needed to fix up the house, I don't know. I talked to him not too long ago, and he was like, I guess I should have been able to read between the lines because I'm not a person that know how to ask. So I think
I would have asked him.
Huh?
I'm straightforward. I ask you whatever
Yeah, I don't know how to ask. I think that got something to do with some trauma or whatever.
You don't know how to ask a direct question. You kind of go around it.
I know how to ask direct questions. I don't know how to ask for money all the time.
Oh.
Like, hey, I messed up and I need you to lead this project. So, and I'm not a slow person. Like when I get in something, I go.
I'm the same
and that
way.
project was going slow and
and your money
my pride, I guess, was in the way. But he had way more money where he could have finished the project. So we was going so slow on this project. And, I kind of had some resentment. I had to forgive him and myself. Because I was like, why wouldn't he had the money. Why wouldn't he fix up the house completely? And then when we got the rent or when we did the other, that one was going to be an Airbnb at the time. So when we start getting the money, he just take his money back off top. But anyways, moving forward, he ended up going to jail. And then I just sold the house. So yeah.
Okay. So you gave him a portion of that?
Yeah.
Okay. So how does that work? You cash that to him?
No. So his mother just she just passed. He still got bank accounts and stuff, I was able to funnel. Yeah, I can funnel some. You can only give them $300 payments when you making payments to the system. But you got family and stuff.
Yeah, my boy, like one of my co-hosts is in jail right now.
Your co-host, like on the podcast?
Yeah, on the podcast.
Oh, okay. What did he do?
He's in jail for child support.
Dang.
Yeah.
Child support.
Yeah.
They don't play, huh?
No, they do not play that. But they asked. It's at the mom's discretion. They'll ask her like, "Hey, do you want us to lock him up?" So it's basically her discretion. Like,
can I ask, how do you get so in the rear like that?
I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't even want to put anything out there.
Yes.
I just know he owes
different.
a lot, and I've been trying to get him out, but he's gonna get out in April.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hope he get his, get all that figured out. Legal matters, child support. That's wow.
Nah, this shit, like, he's doing, like, he did like 6 months.
Cool. You got any kids?
I got a little boy.
Okay.
He's 5.
Oh, cool. That's a good age.
Yeah. So, have you had any tenant problems that was acting crazy?
No, it's me. I'm not a good landlord. So that's another thing. Like, so he went to jail, and we had a property manager, and then when he went to jail, the property manager, she wasn't doing her job, and then he was able to take over, and I was here. But now people calling me, telling me
this is messed up.
Yeah, the water, just different stuff. I'm like, oh, I don't have enough bandwidth in me, and I don't, like I said, I care about people, so I don't want to never see somebody messed up, but I don't have the bandwidth to even care. So I better sell this house.
You told him that? Like, hey, I can't be fixing all these problems. I'm about to sell the house? And what they say?
No, I told him that.
Oh, you
like
told
why
him that?
I had to sell the house, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't tell them that. And then I didn't have a network of people to be like, all right, John, can you go over there and cut down the tree? And can you go over there and fix the window? Like, I don't have that. So, that makes it a little bit complicated too.
Do you feel like if you were still living over there, you could have made all that happen?
I could have made it happen, but I think sometimes when you get new projects, certain things prioritizes. So I think I was always gonna have to let something go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we talk about your expertise, about how you turn people's passion into making money?
Absolutely. So, what I do is I got into the credit space in 2016 when I opened up my healthcare, and I didn't know what entrepreneur was or any of that stuff. And my grandfather, he took sick, and I didn't want to see him go to a nursing home. So I ended up making up an adult care facility, put him in there, and went and basically scouted for some more people that needed places to stay that had suffered from alcohol and mental health addiction. And that was like the beginning of my baby of my healthcare. Then I moved over to the healthcare spectrum. When I moved over to that was just me sending people out to people's houses. Because I'm like, wait a minute, it still became a landlord issue. Like, I got to buy houses, I got to fix them up, so that was an adult care facility. So I was fixing credit too, though, at the time. And I fixed my credit, and I bought a car, and I did all this stuff or whatever. And then...
What was your credit score when you started?
When I sold what?
When you started.
My credit score when I started probably was about 5-something, 550.
550?
Yeah. But I fixed my credit numerous times, and I fixed other people's credit. What I realized is I didn't have a contingency. Like, they would say, what do I do next? And I'll be like,
I don't know.
Go buy a car. I don't know. Go buy the purse. I still probably had not necessarily a consumer, but I didn't have anything else to offer. So in 2020, when my home care, when I moved here, I'm thinking my home care is foundation. Like, I'm gonna come here and expand it
because of the medical center.
Yeah, but it went left. So, it went left, and I'm down to making $10,000 a month. I got a check that was $600, and I got a check that was $300. So I got a little savings, but
That was through like a couple of months span?
Yes.
Like
But
2?
that was me not, I had a partnership. That was us not doing quarterly like intakes of our business. Our business was decreasing because people were getting unemployment, just different stuff that, it just had started.
Oh, so you still had to pay them?
Yeah. And we had to pay into workers' comp, and our census was going down too because we didn't have workers. So we were losing clients. It was just a lot of stuff happening. And this was our first business. So we didn't know how to
keep it going.
Yeah, we didn't know what to look for, I guess, until it was like, wait a minute, where our money going? So we all getting $10,000 a piece. So that means $30,000 is coming out of payroll just for us. And our brain didn't say, hey, we losing clients. We can't pay ourselves this anymore.
So y'all was making $30,000 and you split that 3 ways?
Yeah.
Damn.
That was the profit. So, we still paying people.
Yeah.
And we still paying expenses and offices and all that other type of stuff. So, yeah.
So y'all just blew y'all just was blown to 10,000.
I bought houses. I had savings. I had assets.
Well, what about them? What was they doing?
They were married. So I would like to believe that they had stuff going on. Me, I'm the only child. I always have to take care of myself. So anytime I got money, I would say to my partners like, hey, y'all, I think we should like maybe take 5,000 and get more, get a better salesperson. Like I think we took ourselves as far as we could go. And you can't guide yourself somewhere you've never been. I think we need consultant. I think we need this. And I think, sometimes people live off the money that they didn't want to be like, oh yeah, let's take a cut so that we can make more money. That's how I do stuff now. But anyways, so we down to this $300 check, and I'm like, dang, my rent out in Pearland is $2,000. My car note at the time was $750, and my insurance was $5. So I had an Airbnb at the time. I had one here, and then I had this holistic studio because I'm into just holistic spiritual stuff. So my overhead is like $5,000, and I got a $300 check and probably got $20 to $28,000 saved. And I got some credit cards and stuff. That ain't shit when you got to pay the bills. What is that? 4 months worth of, So I was like, all right, what do you know how to do? So I tapped into my hustle. So I'm like, you always know how to fix credit. But now the credit game has changed. So I fixed my credit. And matter of fact, so I took a lien out on one of my houses. And then I paid off a lot of stuff and whatever, and I fixed my credit.
How much was that?
Like 70.
70,000?
Yeah.
Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah. The lien was?
Yeah, the lien.
It was a HELOC. So it was one of those things
it's like
that
a wraparound.
Like whatever you spend and you pay back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they took that. Basically, that's like the equity of the other part.
Yeah, so it was the line of credit. So I took that out, and that was cushion. And throughout that, so now at this time, I reopened my home care.
Who told you to do that?
Who told me to do that?
The HELOC loan. That's not like common knowledge.
Well, I'm not common.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
What? But anyways, now I'm like, okay, I got to figure out this business credit stuff. So I figure out, I'm like, okay, I got 2 businesses. I reopened up my home. I had opened up a home care with my partners. For some reason, we all told ourselves we need to all have a home care just in case Medicaid try to do something. We need to be able to send our other clients to this home care. So we had like, what is it? Like a shell home care is just sitting on the shelf. That home care ended up going through some, not only our census was going down, we were getting sued by somebody.
Damn.
A loved one. So.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
They'll sue the LLC, like the whole.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
So, we were just going through all of it. 2022, that was the year.
So you was like stressed out during during the whole period.
Yeah, and then that guy calling me talking about that house. I'm thinking, I got a $300 check. If you don't leave me alone, I want you to sell the house. And I didn't know how to ask, and it wasn't like he was my boyfriend or anything, so I didn't know how to say I need help. He
would have gave you some money.
We talked about it, and he said, I think I was just moving. I should have knew. Like, because I know how you are. And, he apologized and stuff. But I was like, I really resented you. Like, but
I think sometimes, man, we need you to ask directly, hey, I need money, I need help, I need this certain amount of money by a certain amount of time. And then we're like, okay, cool. Let me do this,
yeah.
let me do that.
Yeah, but calling me talking about they said it's gonna be like $1,200 on the floor. I don't got what? Pay them people the $1,200 and then waiting on me, so I may not come up with the $600 for like 45 days. You really didn't pay for the floor?
Did he have a girlfriend at the time?
I think he did.
That's probably why. She's probably like, she need to be chipping in. You don't need to be doing everything. She's gonna make the money. Blase, blase.
I hope she's still there.
I'm positive that's what it was.
I'm pretty sure, but because I mean, he's told me times, he was like, man, I done dated a lot of girls. I can't make a you out of them. I said, just stop. Get them people grace. You ain't gonna find a me, because I got a little bit of ADHD. So I'm moving. So don't go with a girl and look for me in them.
A lot of men out here will have a battery on our back by our girl, and y'all don't even know it because y'all don't know the private conversation we had or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. So each his own. But yeah. So, anyways, go back to the business credit. So I get the business credit and I learn all about it, and then I'm like, all right, now I got a contingency to help people because I've been fixing people's credit and they come back, oh, my credit messed up. And I'm like, oh, I don't want this. And then they having late payments. It just helping the mass of people fix their credit. They don't really want to understand it. They just want their credit fixed so that they can buy the house or that they can buy the car or they can get something really quick. They don't understand that credit ain't really even nothing if you ain't going to use it to make more money. Why do you want to look at an 800 credit score if you ain't going to go and get the bag?
Start a business.
Yeah, or any of that. Like, it's no point of just looking at 800 credit score just so you can, I get it. You can have low interest rate when you get them a clearing or something, but what else? So, it's good debt and bad debt. So, for me, when I tell anybody about loans or anything or credit cards, anything, I said, if you're going to get it, make sure that you're going to purchase something that's going to make you some more money. Do not go and be like, I'm about to even buy groceries with your credit card. Go, if you need to buy your website, if you need to, get your material for the stuff in your Airbnb or finance, all that stuff, to make sure that you're going to make some money off of it. So once I understood that, then I was like, cool. So, a lot of people had LLCs or they had hustles, but they didn't have the capital. So now, what I dig down into the mindset first, because a lot of people don't want to even invest in themselves. And I'm a big investor. When they come to me, I put everything on me.
Me too.
So I help people go dig into their mindset and then be like, okay, so I can help you get the capital if your business is structured. And let's turn your hobby into profit. Let's write out the business plan. What are you doing? Like, we're going to get and start writing out.
How much you charge for that?
Which part? The coaching?
How much you charge for the credit part?
So the credit part, I charge $588, so I'm pretty reasonable.
That's not bad, $588.
Yeah.
What about the coaching?
The coaching is a little bit more expensive because, I'm digging and we meeting up and you doing homework and I'm holding you accountable and, all that stuff. So I'm starting group coaching the second week of March. So it could be a little bit, or people can have other people to talk to. And
so you're charging everybody monthly?
They can pay a one-time fee. So there's two ways. Monthly, you'll get less, but you'll still get some knowledge because, some people, again, don't either have it or they skeptical. So, okay, you can hear some of my game and, for this amount a month, $39 a month. The one-on-one or more so the group coaching, we're going to get everything. Even if you don't even have a business, but you want a business, we're going to do the mindset part. We're going to structure your business. We're going to get you to 50 to 75K. You know what I'm saying, to get started when you leave 6 to 8 weeks.
Cool. Okay. So what I was saying earlier, so I'm I'm into like getting autographed by basketball players, like on the jersey. So how would you structure that into like making money?
Where do you go to get the autograph?
Like say they like NBA.com, right? They got an NBA store at the Galleria. So they'll have like Clyde Drexler. They just had Gerald Green. So I go get buy their jersey, and then I go up there, get it signed by them, and then I like frame it.
So will you go to one of their games?
No, like the NBA store. They'll have like
they got the autographs.
Like Instagram will promote that they're about to come at like 12 o'clock Saturday to sign autographs. So I'll go over there with my son and we'll get an autograph and then I'll frame it. So how would you structure that, like me making money, like with the jerseys and everything? Because like what I really want,
something's only valuable to the people that's valuable. How much is that? How valuable that is to once you get the autograph? How do people react to it?
I mean, I could probably sell the jersey for like $150
with the autograph.
Yeah.
And then how much do you buy the jersey for?
Oh no! Are you talking about the jersey and the autograph? I could probably sell for like probably like $250.
And how much you buy the jersey for?
Like one. I usually get them on sale, so they're like $70 to $100. Look, this is what I really want to do. Look, I want to get like a commercial building. I want to get like a studio, and I want to like just like this guy. His name is Fitterman. He's in Texas City. Like he just had like Mike Tyson. Like he hired Mike Tyson to come down, sign autographs, take pictures, and like he charges like $200 for a photo, $200 for like an autograph.
Yeah, that sounds like it's monetizing more so than
yeah. So that's like what I really, really want to do. And then like what he'll do is he has like a podcast studio in the back. So he'll like do the podcast before he lets everybody come in and get the autographs and the pictures.
Take the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you would have to put a team in place to do the calling and the reach out, because it's the outreach first to tell the people what you're trying to do.
So I can hire you? How much would
you want me to do the outreach?
How much would you charge me to do that? How much would you charge me to do that?
I'm the coach. We're going to find who good at doing outreach.
Okay.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to find who good at doing the outreach and then tell them, because what it sounds like is I'm a visionary person. So, and it sounds like you see the vision. You need someone to carry out your vision.
Yeah.
So you first got to find who good at that. Like, all right, this is what I want. Let's call these 100 people each day. And what type of, because you'll be surprised what a person to say is just the thing that we haven't got in touch with people. Or we haven't, like, I end up reaching out to, what's his name? He in Atlanta, Big Banks. He do a podcast.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but before I started doing this stuff, I didn't never know how to get in touch with you people. It just seemed far-fetched out there. So when you
were trying to get on his podcast?
Yeah, he said he's gonna be back recording in April, so just hit him up.
You trying to get on his personal one or the one with
either?
Okay.
Either. I like the one-on-one sit though. I feel like I can do that.
Yeah, that'll be dope.
Yeah. Yeah, so either. But what I'm saying is opening the door for questions. Like, you'll be surprised, like, once whoever do the outreach, when they call these 100 people and finally get, and like, most of the time we busy and we don't understand what's in it for us. So sales or anything is, what are you getting out of it? So when you telling the people like how this is going to impact or whatever, then the person listens. When you just tell them that's what you want to do, we don't care. You don't care what I want to do. You only care about how somewhat it benefits you or how it impacts, other people's lives for you. So when that person do the outreach, they are explaining what it is that, how they're adding value and what's in it for them.
Okay.
So creating that to get the people to listen or get their assistants or whoever answering the phone, whoever reading their emails to really look at it. Other than that, look like the mail that come in the mailbox we never want to look at. Yeah.
Where you see yourself in 5 years?
So in 5 years, you got to start today, right? So I see myself in a high rise.
High rise? Like where downtown? It don't matter?
Somewhere where you walk outside and It's stuff out there to do.
Just like a white lady walking her poodle.
Yep. I see myself there. I see I see me more moving into the self-help space. You know,
Seem like you're like a real big therapy person.
I like anything they gotta do. I love meditation. My holistic shop flopped because I didn't ask my guy self how much energy I have to put in it, and it was kind of like in Sunnyside. It was ghetto. I just wasn't feeling it, and it was a flop.
On what street?
Rose Sharon or some shit.
Oh, Rose Sharon?
Yeah,
that's not Sunnyside.
It was somewhere. Rose Haven.
Oh, Rose Haven. I think I saw it.
Did you?
I think I saw it.
I mean, but it was really, really dope. And the concept was dope and all that stuff. But I don't know anybody down here. I didn't know how to do outreach down here at the time. And I just was in a bad space.
You should have hit me up.
I didn't know you.
I'm in South Park all the time. I got most of my rental properties over there.
Yeah. So I was just in a bad space and I didn't have any motivation. It was just me and my kids. And I was just like, I don't want to leave the house. You know, like I said, I got it all together, but then I was like, I don't want to be down there by myself. How do I find other people to help me? And I just didn't push it. So I end up, like I said, sometimes you got to let go of other stuff. So I ended up letting it go after a year. So yeah, but I think success is when you take something out of your head and you can bring the vision out your head and it appear. Make it happen. More so than sometimes some people look at success like how much money you got or any of that stuff. And I'm a creative person. I'm a creator. So.
What do you see? Would you consider yourself an entrepreneur, right? Mm-hmm. Would you be mad if your kids didn't want to be an entrepreneur, like they wanted like a 9 to 5?
No, I just know you can't trade time for money. So hopefully you go get a job that that is in demand, that needs you, or you gonna get ran over out there. You can, anybody can do your job. If you go get an entry level job, you're not valuable.
Are you real political?
Mm-mm.
At all? Mm-mm. You didn't care about Trump or Biden? No?
No. I just think things are going to be about the same. I know some things are going to have changed and are always changing, but I think things are going to be about the same. President come in every 4 years.
Mm-hmm. That's how I saw everything. I'm like, I'm going to get money regardless.
Yeah, you got to just ask yourself. Me and my best friend, we had spent 10 minutes on it, and I joke. I like to, what is it called? Be the devil's advocate. And I could see she was like upset. Yeah. And I had to tell her, hey, I don't care about those people. I don't even know what's going on. And you can't change anything until you change yourself. So we can't change the world. What are you doing? If you think that all that's happening, what are you doing to protect you then?
I think a lot of women were mad about the whole abortion thing.
I can see that. Mm-hmm. What do you feel about it?
I mean, it sucks.
Yeah.
What are you really gonna do about it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Somebody else will come in and change it. It's just like, I mean, things keep changing. Mm-hmm. The gay stuff, all that stuff, like it just keep changing. So some mad person to come in and say, I'm going to make a difference of this. I'm going to make a difference of that, So, if you don't like something, then go make a difference.
I feel that.
Yeah.
So, how many mentees you got?
I have 5 right now.
5 right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got one opening up a truck company. One that's doing a juice bar. Mm-hmm. And one that's fixing credit. And just one we talking on mindset.
Do you have to meet with them or can everything be on the phone or like on Zoom or something?
It's on Zoom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How do you get them? Do you get them through Instagram or the podcast?
These people, they just reached out to me. It wasn't necessarily what I'm doing now is letting people know I'm out there. So this right here is new for me. Mm-hmm. Very. So it's a little scary. But I also understand that people don't know what you do and maybe somebody else is looking for you instead of, the people you think you can help. Because sometimes I think I go with trying to like help everybody see their gift. We all got gifts, and we don't be operating in them. I got a cousin that cooked really, really good chicken, and she looked like she's at peace when she's doing it, but she's a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's people that probably really do good community outreach, but instead they're a driver. You know, so I like to help people tap into their gifts. Your gifts make room to you, and you want to get up every day and do it.
Mm.
And then sometimes you don't like stuff, so you got to try stuff to be like, okay, now I don't like that, or understanding your mind, I'm partnering with this to get some money. You know, like this isn't what I want to do. I need some money so that I can get to where I'm trying to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think people get stuck. They get stuck telling them that's who they are, like that's my job. You know, they become their job. I knew that early on, that before I knew the word entrepreneur, I knew that everything I was only going to give it at least 8 to 10 years.
Mm. So you always thinking long term.
Yeah, it was never, you know how it was like 40 years, 40 hours. I was like, 40 years? I'm going to be working in a nursing home?
Mm.
Heck no. I give it 10 years and I got to find something else to do.
Mm.
Yeah, so, you know, some people think that I'm a flight risk. They're like, are you unstable? Like, why you don't like the same thing? And I'm like, you know, I figured out I can do that. Now I want to do something else. You know, God expresses Himself through us. And I don't think that people understand that.
Mm. Are you gonna start the holistic thing back up, or are you done with that?
I'm definitely going to start it back up. I don't know when. I went out to Arizona. I go out to Arizona like every year or two. Sedona, you ever been?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, it's vortexes. It's just so peaceful, and feels so spiritual out there.
Mm.
Sometimes I think like, man, I could retire here.
Mm.
And all they businesses and they houses is all something spiritual. Like what I was making, the holistic shop was called the Naked House.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I resonate with that type of stuff. I love crystals. I love, you know, any of that type, colors, all of that.
Mm-hmm. So that's the goal, to go to Arizona?
I don't know. But I'm just telling you, like, it's just, I'm at peace when I go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think I want to live out the country a little, just for a little. I don't think I want to stay. I don't know if my mind had changed, but I think I want to experience it. Like, I had nobody in Houston. I just like, I want to live there.
Mm. So there's nothing keeping you in Houston, is what you're saying?
Mm-mm.
I feel that.
Yeah.
You got you got anything else you wanna say before we I guess I end it or whatever?
Mm-mm.
Do you plan on getting any more rental properties?
Tell me, so even though you want to talk about yourself, what is it that you do?
I'm a landlord basically. I flip, I wholesale, and I buy and hold, but I mainly buy and hold.
Buy and hold?
I'm in the middle of a flip right now in Missouri City, and I'm about to buy another house in South Park, like in a week or two or whatever.
So how are they doing like building up from the land contracts from the ground up and flipping those?
They buy the land. They probably get like a general contractor. They get like the permits. It's real tedious because you're dealing with the city and you got to get all these permits. You basically buy the land, you do the plumbing, then you pour the concrete, then you do the structure, the 2x4s, frame it up, whatever.
Yeah.
Then you put the roof, then you probably do the outside, of course, and then you do sheetrock. Well, you do electrical, the plumbing, then you do the sheetrock, and then you got a house.
So why aren't you into stuff like that? Is it just too complicated?
I get anxiety a lot now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just happened when I got older. I used to like never have anxiety, so like it just I'm kind of like you. Like I need stuff done like in a month or two, and you got to get these permits from the city, and they might hold it up. Like the city, I don't want city, depending on the guy that comes out and inspects your property, they might see that you're black or a minority, and they might really be. No, I'm serious. Like that's happened before.
Yeah.
So they might really hold your project up, and I don't have the time and the patience for that, because like time is money.
Yeah.
The longer the project is, like I don't want to be fixing building the house for like 6 months.
Yeah. So I mean, I was in Atlanta and I seen this person actually create a tiny home community, and I thought that was dope. And they kind of told me all the steps and stuff, but I know that I would want to be with a team. The thing with me in real estate, like I know real estate is, the real riches. The thing is, I don't know if I can do that by myself. Even when I did it the first time, like I said, I just don't know if I can do it myself, or I really.
You trying to do this in Atlanta? Or you trying to do this in Houston?
I mean, I would do it anywhere, but I'm just saying that when I ask, like I like to ask to see what's out there or whatever, but just in real estate, period, I don't want to do it by myself. But I know that, that's the goal, whether it's commercial or 90 units or any of that, that would be my thing. I would a 75, 90 unit where everybody paying their rent.
I mean, that's the goal, but you and I know people start paying, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I can see myself, like, I ran into this guy, he was trying to sell me this, like, 50 apartment complex in South Park. And I basically needed, like, I think $500,000 liquid or whatever, and I do not have $500,000 liquid. So
don't they do some type of recourse? What is it called? Recourse lending? Like if you put like $200,000 and then the bank will put up the rest.
Yeah, I gotta ask around.
Yeah, I think that's one of the times, because you get information, but like again, it's bandwidth for me and trusting. So I believe somebody came to me with an opportunity like that, and me and my friend and I think her husband, we was gonna come up with the liquid and then the bank back it up. But I don't know exactly. I think it's called recourse lending. But you have to show them like it's occupied at least 70 or 80%. And then they'll back it up because they already feel like you're gonna make that mortgage anyways.
Yeah, I gotta look into that.
Yeah.
I know some people at Section 8, so I gotta get in. I gotta look into that. Yeah. When I'm done with this flip and fix up the other house, I'll probably look around, see what's up.
So halfway house, what is that?
Oh no! I said when I finish this other house.
Okay, but you got a house where people stay in them?
Yeah,
like
I do.
Borders home?
It's like a not assisted living. It's like a shared living. It's like I don't know why I call it a halfway house, but it's not a halfway house. It's like,
how'd you get the people in there? Would you just go out and say you need a home? You need a extra bed? This
girl came to me and she was like, "It's gonna be me, my daughter, my boyfriend, my uncle," and then she said, and my brother, and he needs like assistance or needs help. And I was like, okay, cool. She had I had all these people that wanted the house, right? So she pulls up one day. She had everybody's like driver's license laminated on a screen.
So she made it a halfway house,
basically.
Okay.
And then, because after she gave me the deposit and the first month's rent, I'm like driving by, like nobody's moving in. Like, so after a while, then you start seeing people, because I guess it took her a while to get everybody in there. She basically had her uncle, I don't want to say his name, but her uncle, we're real tight now. And then she had like 4 or 5 other people. And she had an elderly man. She had like, a nurse come in every other day.
Yeah, dropping there.
I mean, it was cool though, because I really liked the people. She dropped out like 2 years later, and then I took over.
So the person who needed care stayed?
Nah, he's gone. He left.
Okay.
Yeah, he left.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I hear when I first moved here, when I was trying to get the information, I was hearing stuff like that. But again, for me, it only makes sense if you own in the house, because I'm like, I ain't about to go out and pay somebody
what they do
$3,000 worth of rent.
They'll find like a 5 or 6 bedroom like mine, and then they'll put 2 people to a room.
Yeah.
And then when you got 2 people to a room, you charge them $500 a piece.
How y'all getting the people?
I don't know how they get the people.
Okay.
But that's $5,000.
Yeah.
So they pay my rent, and then
that's the extra.
The electrical, the plumbing, and then they keep the rest, which could be lucrative, but you got to you gotta have two people to a room at all times, and people leaving all the time. So do your Instagram handle.
My love.
Where everybody could
Where am I
reach you
looking
at.
Right here?
Yeah, I think that
Okay.
one right there.
You can reach me at mylove2004 on Instagram, City Span Solutions on Instagram, and YouTube, Mindset and Profit, and Facebook, My Hall. Catch me there.
Thank you, y'all. Y'all have a nice day.